Your brain is ancient. Your problems are modern. That is the mismatch. You are not lazy, not broken, not weak. You are mismatched. 3 glitches: clinging to losses, defending beliefs, and scattering your focus. These are not separate problems. They share one single origin story: an ancient brain, still running 3 ancient survival directives today. This video finally connects sunk cost, dissonance, and attention residue. You have seen sunk cost, clinging to investments you cannot recover. You have seen dissonance, defending beliefs against clear, obvious evidence. You have seen attention residue, focus fractured by constant switching. Today, the framework connecting all 3, the complete psychology. Finally, likely the most important video in this entire series. One sentence explains almost every struggle you have ever quietly had. Let's start at the root. 200,000 years back, your brain evolved for survival, not for this particular modern life. 200,000 years as hunter-gatherers, 30 years fully digital. Survival brain optimizes for exactly 3 things. Only 3, nothing more. Conserve energy, avoid loss, protect your identity, tribe, and status. Directive 1, conserve energy. Resist anything that costs real effort. Directive 2, avoid loss. Cling to whatever is already invested. Directive 3, protect identity. Defend your tribe and your status. These 3 directives explain almost everything you personally struggle with. Not bugs, features, built brilliantly for a completely different environment. Modern life exploits all 3 directives constantly, relentlessly, every single day. Every struggle you have ever had traces back to one of these. This is the master pattern behind nearly all your daily battles. 3 case studies. Directives 1, 2, and 3 in that order. First case, Directive 2, avoiding loss. This is the sunk cost effect. Sunk cost, clinging to investments you can never actually recover. Ever. A doomsday cult's prophecy failed completely. They believed even harder anyway. Losses feel roughly twice as powerful as equivalent gains. Always, reliably. Habits carry 4 sunk costs: time, neurowiring, social bonds, identity. Quitting feels like losing everything you have already painstakingly invested. This is not weakness. It is Directive 2, protecting your investment. 3 exits exist. Reframe the cost, replace the routine, restructure environment. Ask yourself, what does staying actually cost me tomorrow, not yesterday? Same mechanism, different context, always protecting some past investment made. Directive 2, avoid loss. Sunk cost is its very clearest expression. Case 1 closed. The larger pattern is already becoming visible now. Second case, Directive 3, protecting identity. This is cognitive dissonance itself. Dissonance, the real stress of holding 2 conflicting beliefs simultaneously. Your amygdala fires for belief threats exactly like physical danger fires. Contradicting evidence can actually strengthen the original belief. The backfire effect. Beliefs fuse tightly with identity. Changing them can feel like dying. 3 resolution paths exist. Rationalize the evidence away, avoid it, or update. Updating requires tolerating that alarm long enough to actually think clearly. This was Directive 3, protecting identity and essential tribal belonging. Same root as sunk cost. A completely different surface expression though. Confirmation bias is the preemptive defense system against this very dissonance. 3 simple steps. Notice the alarm, separate self, then get curious. Case 2 closed. 2 directives revealed clearly now, with 1 left. Third case, Directive 1, conserving energy. This is attention residue exactly. Residue, cognitive attention left behind after every single task switch. Working memory holds roughly 4 items. Residue quietly steals the slots. Incomplete tasks stay open. The Zeigarnik effect, always silently active. Modern work maximizes switching, email, Slack, and constant notifications everywhere. 23 minutes to fully recover from just 1 single interruption. This is Directive 1, conserve energy. Badly, chronically misfiring now. Open loops drain the exact reserves your other directives also desperately need. 3 fixes exist: completion queues, task batching, and transition rituals. Same root as the other 2, misapplied energy conservation, essentially. Case 3 closed. All 3 mechanisms are now finally connected. 3 cases, 3 directives, 1 underlying ancient operating system revealed. The pattern is now completely visible. Let's finally name it properly. All 3 mechanisms fire simultaneously, every single day, working together. Worse, they do not just coexist, they actively compound each other. Residue depletes the exact willpower needed to override dissonance properly. Dissonance triggers sunk cost, defending a belief you have deeply invested in. Sunk cost creates residue, unresolved decisions silently haunting your attention. A vicious triangle, each mechanism actively feeding the other 2 constantly. Picture a triangle: sunk cost, dissonance, and residue, all fully connected. This triangle explains exactly why change can feel impossibly hard sometimes. Not one broken mechanism, 3 reinforcing systems, working closely together. This is the real reason most self-improvement advice quietly fails. Single mechanism advice ignores the other 2 directives, reinforcing it constantly. You need to address the whole triangle, never just one single corner. The complete psychology, 3 directives, 1 triangle, 1 unified system. An ancient brain, optimizing brilliantly for a game that no longer exists. The game changed completely. The player never actually received the update. But unlike software, the player can consciously choose to learn and adapt. That single fact changes absolutely everything about how you actually improve. Zoom out, 200,000 years versus just 30 years digital. Ancestors faced real scarcity, real threats, and essential, life-saving tribal belonging. Sunk costs protected against genuinely fatal waste of scarce resources. Dissonance protected tribal cohesion. Exile once meant near certain death. Energy conservation protected the reserves needed for real physical threats. All 3, brilliant, life-saving adaptations for that one specific world. Now, infinite information, material abundance, and digital tribes everywhere online. The same adaptations misfire constantly inside this entirely new environment. Your brain is not broken. It is running obsolete environmental calibration. You can recalibrate deliberately. That is the entire actual solution. Recalibration is not willpower. It is redesigning inputs, not the person. Willpower fights the ancient brain directly. Redesign works with it instead. This reframes the entire self-improvement project completely and quite permanently. You were never actually trying to fix a broken person. Never. Let's build the framework that actually does this real recalibrating. 3-layer framework: awareness, interrupt, and redesign. Call it the AIR system. Layer 1, awareness. Name exactly which directive is firing right now. Practice, pause, and honestly ask, which directive is running this moment? Directive 1s tell, you are avoiding something requiring genuine, real effort. Directive 2s tell, you are defending a decision instead of evaluating it. Directive 3s tell, you feel personally attacked by mere simple disagreement. 3 simple tells, 1 clear tell for each of the 3 directives. Layer 2, interrupt. A specific tool exists for each individual directive. For Directive 1, the completion queue. Name the exact, specific next step. For Directive 2, the reframe question, what does staying actually cost? For Directive 3, curiosity, what would genuinely change my mind here? 3 tools, deployed the instant you notice the directive actually firing. Layer 3, redesign. Change the environment, not your limited raw willpower. Willpower is finite and unreliable. Environment works reliably every single time. Redesign example 1, batch similar tasks to reduce your total switching. Redesign example 2, affirm your core values before any hard conversation. Redesign example 3, a shutdown ritual that closes every single open loop. The complete framework: awareness, interrupt, redesign, 3 layers, 1 whole system. AIR. That is the entire framework this whole series was quietly building. Screenshot this: the triangle, the 3 directives, and the complete AIR framework. Here is your practice sequence for just the next 3 days only. Day 1, simply notice which directive fires. Nothing else required yet. Day 2, add 1 interrupt tool the moment you notice it firing. Day 3, redesign 1 environmental trigger that keeps consistently catching you. Small, consistent practice compounds far more than any dramatic overhaul attempt. You are not broken, undisciplined, or fundamentally flawed. You never were. You are an ancient brain, finally learning to run modern software well. Sunk cost, dissonance, and residue. 3 chapters of one true story. This is the complete psychology promise right at the very start. If this connected every video for you, please subscribe right now. Comment, which directive explains your biggest struggle? I read absolutely everything. Take care of your ancient brain today. It is the only one you have. Understanding your ancient brain is the real beginning of lasting change. See you next time.